This course is SWE 344. The name of course is Client Server Programming and Protocol Programming. This is the first chapter. In this chapter, we will cover the topic Client Server Application Model, Introduction to .NET Framework and C#, CLR environment, writing a simple Hello World program in C#, C# program structure and namespaces. These are the topics that we will cover in this section of our course. The course name is Internet Protocol and Client Server Programming. In this course, we will study about Internet protocols. There are several types of Internet protocols like HTTP, SMTP, NNTP, IP, UDP, TCP, and similar type of protocol we will study in this course. We will also study in this course how we will do programming for these kind of internet, these kind of protocols, and our main tool for the programming will be C#. So here my plan is to introduce you C# in first 6 or 7 units of this course. After 6 or 7 units, you will turn to protocol programming, because before that we must have the appropriate knowledge of the programming language, which is C# here. You have studied Java language up to that stage. I hope you are good in Java because you have studied ICS 102, 201 and 202 data structure. So up to this stage, I feel that you are having good experience of programming. C# is similar to Java, but there are some differences at some stages. That differences I will tell you, and we will cover theoretical section here, and remaining practical section we will cover in our lab. Okay, this is the first unit. In this first unit, as I told you that we will cover all these topics, and the first topic is to discuss, to introduce about what is a client server application. So before starting, which is the base of this course, is the client server architecture or client server model. So we should understand what is the meaning by client server architecture or by client server model. So who will tell me? Salman, what is your idea about a client server architecture?
Client server?
Yes.
I don't know this.
You don't know this exactly?
I know that client server is something responsible for the server itself and the page.
And pages. Who will tell me about the client server? Your experience only we are discussing. What do you know about client server? Because everybody is connected with server every day through your mobile or laptop or other computing devices. Application? Which kind of application?
For connection with WhatsApp or...
You are near to. Saleh Dakhil, can you tell me?
It's an application that is built on a server.
Yes.
That you can access via a mobile phone or a laptop or client.
Abdulaziz, what is your idea of client server architecture? Last time you got A or A plus in cloud computing. A. So you have idea, because cloud computing is basically, client server kind of application. Tell me what is client server architecture. Yes, please.
When there is an application, one
Yes.
server and multiple users can connect to it at the same time.
Yes.
This is a client server or?
Yes, you are near to. You are near to. I will introduce. I will give you some example first. In your mobile, you have banking application. Consider this. In the first week of every semester, you register courses. You have email ID. You have weather information. Last week, for 3 days, schools were shifted at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. Why? Because temperature was 0 degree. So we know all day about weather, right? These are some example of client-server application. In these applications, there are two entities, two components. There are two components. One component is client, one component is server. Client is in our hand if it is mobile. Client is in front of us if it is laptop. You have a screen in front of you, enter your username, enter password, submit. What is this? This is client, not server. This is client application. This is client application. And your all device will be called as client. Even you are also client. Your computer is also client. In the first week, when you register with the university system, your courses, you register, every one of you register. So, your mobile, your laptop, your computer is the client. If you are clicking on AccuWeather and you just wait for some time because it get information and will tell you 10 degrees Celsius temperature. So it means you are working on client side. Now what is server? Server is existing component on other side that you don't see, but it exists. Where you store your data when you register your courses, where you are registering on server, and this server is under the control of university. It is under the control of university. That server is built on some hardware. That hardware should be a powerful computer. That powerful computer is able to handle many clients, thousands of clients at single time. This server running a program on multi-user operating system that is able to handle many users at the same time. The program running on the server is called server process. Is called server process or server program. When you are getting information of weather from AccuWeather server, in your side, whatever the app you are using, it is called client process. That process make a connection over network to the server and will send a request to server that this client want to ask the temperature of Isle at this time. So it will execute the command, find out the temperature and will send you a response. It is called response. Request, response. Request is sent from the client side. Server will receive, process it, generate response and send to you. That is response to you. When you have a program in your screen of computer to register the courses at university, so at this time, initially when you log in, at that time you are on the client side and you are on the client process. You are working on client screen. But when you enter in the screen, immediately you are logged in, hooked in, connected with server. And that server contain a database that is showing to you whatever the part is allowed to you is called view in database. And you are working on that part, selecting the courses and submit. So what will happen? Immediately your choices will be submitted to server and saved. Right? And when you log out, immediately you will out and you will come to client side. When you are working on email, you see the screen, enter login and password. At this time you are on the client side on client process. When you log in, immediately you will go to server, and server will show you the data which is related to you on your screen. It will deliver to you. It will deliver to you. So like that, nowadays all kind of application that I will tell you now are the client server architecture based applications, like weather information, email, university registration system, airline reservation system, okay, and can you tell me any other? Airline reservation system, Saudi railway reservation system. How do you that? You just see the timetable of the railway. It will come to your screen. You will find your suitable time to travel to Riyadh. Pick, enter. It is done. So you are working on your screen, but it is connected with the server of Saudi railway. So sometime when you go to bank to open an account, they tell you that today it is not possible. Why? Because server is down. Because server is down. No bank professional can do anything if server is down, if server is not available. So at that time their server should be connected, because always all of them they are working on server. They have client application that connect with server, and after that they start working on the server application, the server program. Sending request, receiving response is all time going. Whenever they are filling any form, they are filling the form on their side. When they submit, all data sent to server, and send and receive message completed, done, your work is completed, like this. So this was basic idea of client server application, client server architecture. In this course we will study all about these. What is client, what is server, how the communication will take place, and how we will write a program to create some chat server, sending message this side to other side, other side to this side, like this. Understand? So here network application are based on client server model. Network application, you see this is hub. That hub connect all devices here, and from here it connect to server of main college server, and after that it will connect with STC for sending data, university to outside world internet, and from internet to inside. Next is client server model describe relationship between two computer process. Client server model connect or make a relationship with two process. First is client process that makes service request to another program to server. Server process fill the service request, fulfill service request received from client. Received from client. So there are two process. Client process running on client side, sending request to server. Server process receiving response from client, client processing it and sending response to the client process. So client server application model can be used by program on single computer, but it is more important idea in the network. In this course, we will run all client server programs on single computer, right? If you have two computer, I will teach you how you can create one server and other client, or both of them will be sending message to each other, how you can do this. But generally we will take one computer for both job, client and server. So they are saying that it is possible, because one process in the same computer will work as server, other process in the same computer will work as a client. But this is the basic idea of network. This is the basic idea of network. Any question? Yes. What? Any question? Fi sawal? No? Now there are two important things here. You are seeing local machine and remote machine. Local machine and remote machine. Your machine, your mobile, your computer, your laptop, your desktop on which you are working is called local machine. Okay? With which you are connected on distance. Server is called remote machine. Server is remote machine. And here, if the word is machine, so it means we are talking about hardware and software together, all unit, complete unit. Client process running on local machine will send service request to server process running on remote machine. Second line says that client machine will send the request to server, okay, and server will receive this request, process it, because server will contain a program that will be used to receive request as input and process this input and generate result and send you result. So this is the main task of server. Nowadays you will be listening a word called full stack developer. Full stack developer. What is the meaning by full stack developer? Full stack developer means a professional who is able to write the program for client side also, for server side also. There are many languages that are used to write the program of server side. There are many languages those used to write the program on client side. So sometimes you see that I am application developer. It means you are able to work only on the client side, on the interface, developing interface, for example HTML, DHTML, JavaScript, all these are means good for the client side. JavaScript can also work on server side, but JSP, ASP, PHP, these all are server side technologies. In database, server side you have Oracle, MySQL for server side. So in this way, a professional who is proficient in both of these technologies, writing the program for client, writing the program for server, is called full stack developer. This is the term nowadays used for the complete developer who can write client code, who can write server code, both. Here this diagram will show you a basic idea of the client server. Here you see this is client, this is a computer running a program, that program asking for a request to server. This is a server. Server is a powerful computer. It means it should be mainframe computer, mini computer, or in high power processing it is supercomputer also, that receive data from many nodes, process it and generate result. This is the internet. So through internet the client will send request, it will go through internet and reach to server, then server will generate response and response will reach to the client. Any question here? No? Now, this was the basic introduction of client server architecture and client server of modern. Do you have any question till now? If you understand that, then I will move to introduction of C#. That is another part or a basic constituent of this course.
So that is how they connect.
Yes, connectivity.
The connectivity.
Connectivity, one is client, other is server. Server is powerful computer, client is mobile or laptop or desktop or anything. It contains a program that is called application. Application will receive request from you. Application is working as interface between you and your server. It will receive request from you, just collect request and send to the server. Server will receive, it contains a big program that process and send you result back.
So almost all the applications are
Client server.
have the same idea.
Same idea. Almost all applications are client server. What?
Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat,
Yeah, all are client server based.
client server.
Client server. Sometimes you see some chit chat or something like that. They told that we do not store your data more than 1 hour. We do not store your data more than 10 minutes. What is the meaning by that? Whenever you are connected with anyone, you are directed by server. You will send message to server, server will direct to them. But some server store your data, some server do not store your data and they flush the data after some time. One of my students, many years ago, he was very much fond of having Snapchat, and he told me that, doctor, if I record the video, just in 1 minute it delete and nobody can see like this. So there are many servers like that, those do not store. But email server, they store your data for a long time. WhatsApp, they store their data permanently, right? Even you can recover your data also. If you are not having in your mobile, download from server. It is available there. Okay, now we will go to the next part of this section, that is called basic of .NET.